Really proud of our team. Heck of a win. Want to thank the crowd, especially the zoo. They were amazing. Gave us energy, lifted us up. I think we did the same for them. But just big play after big play that our guys made, especially late. We finally were able to come up with some 50-50 balls, get some rebounds. This guy to my right was blocking everything. And then we were able to finish some plays offensively. Jaland made some great passes, skip passes out, the little pocket pass to Cam, and we were able to finish, and we made some free throws. So just really proud of a gritty performance and a gritty win, and all the credit goes to these guys.
Zack, you guys allowed 44 points in the first half and only 21 in the second half. What was a big change that you guys made to play the style of defense you wanted?
At halftime, we just made the adjustment just to switch everything. And I think once we did that, we was less worried about, helping and just more in the gaps. And us doing that, poking at the ball, had them get some loose balls and had us running in transition.
So you felt like you guys were thinking less and attacking more?
Yeah.
Jay, would you concur on that analysis?
Yeah, I agree. Really mainly just having each other's back, just talking, communication, just playing a lot harder. I thought we played all right in the first half, but they made a lot of tough shots. But in the second half, we buckled that down.
Zack, the blocks were obviously game-changing. Was it what was presented to you, or did you go out there with the idea that was something that you had in mind, that you wanted to take shots down?
Nah, I think it's just something about these black jerseys, bro. Last year we wore the black jerseys that had 5 blocks, so I just think it's the jerseys for real. I just had the same mindset coming in. Opportunity presented itself, so I wanted to block some shots. I did.
Jaland, you had a neat run by yourself towards the end of that first half. How important was that for you and your teammates heading into the season?
That little the run at the end of the half, just finishing out the half out strong, taking what the defense gave us, and just being myself. Teammates and coaches trusting me, so just went out there and played, finished the half out strong.
Jalen, what was different defensively in the second half?
Just play with more intensity. I think that's who we got to get back to. That's our roots. So we just had each other's back. We were just fighting, playing every possession like it's our last, and we have that mindset every time. Then we'll win a lot of games.
Jaland, it seemed like Zack's dunk first, and then the blocks down the stretch really got this crowd into it. What does that mean to you guys to have a guy who can turn around the momentum of a game with one play?
It means everything. I mean, this guy is super special. He's a super vital part in everything that we do, and that's just what we expect out of him. We hold him to a high standard. He also holds himself to a high standard. So when he comes in and makes plays like that, it just ignites everything. Gives us a lot of confidence in everything that we do, because we know we've got to. If we give up a drive, we know we got this guy behind us. So he just got everybody's backs, and we love that about him.
Jaland, you talked to us after the Syracuse game about how teams are playing you differently than how they're showing what they're showing on tape. Seems like you guys are continuing to adjust to that. What can you say about how you guys have figured things out faster in games?
Just not thinking too hard. Just taking what the defense gives us. We know every game is going to be a different challenge at hand. We just got to figure it out. And we're prepared now. I think we've done a good job with the amount of games we've had and the amount of defense we played. So we're ready for everything.
Zack, what's that emotion like for you when you can kind of feel that energy flowing with the block?
It gets me going. It gets me going. Like I said with you earlier, I think the block charts really changed the game. And like I said, I think the basketball guys gonna reward good defense every time. So I think that's why I got the 2 shots I got from this guy right here, just playing my part.
Zack, what took you out toward the end? What was it?
Cramps. Yeah, man, they got me. Appreciate y'all.
Yeah, we weren't playing with the force necessary on both ends, offensively or defensively. We gave up layups, drives, and offensively I thought we were weak. And we did a really good job to close the second half. We were down 10. We got it back to 2. And then we wanted to come out and establish ourselves the first 4 minutes, and we didn't do that. But they responded. I'm really proud that we responded throughout the game. When we were down in the first half, we responded to end the half. When we had that little lapse right there, we responded. Later in the second half, when we lost the lead, our guys responded. And so really proud of that.
Jeff,
offense feeding off the defensive energy?
Definitely. We made the adjustment. We were just going to switch every ball screen in DHO, and our guys did a great job of doing that. We were in the gaps. Our guys really understood personnel, and we did a good job defensively of trying to keep them out of the paint.
Jeff, Jaland talks about, taking what the defense gives you. As a coach, how do you get your players to recognize that when those opportunities happen, especially when there's different looks in the switching stand?
Yeah, well, you have to have smart players, and they have to be able to make reads and adjustments quickly. Sometimes they can go from timeout to timeout. Teams may switch up what they're doing. And so Jalen's a pretty smart guard. He's able to figure things out. Having Damian in there now, because he's another guy that can make some plays and, find those guys on skip passes and those pocket passes and stuff at the rim. But a lot of watching tape and just guys being able to make adjustments.
What do you think of Cam, Guillermo, and Jorge's perimeter defense? They were on the outside a lot, especially because you guys were switching everything.
They did a really good job, especially in the second half. Cam was unbelievable, to sit down and guard R.J. Davis, to make him take contested shots. And G had a big one. I mean, a big one where he switched out and sat down and, used his length, spaced him, but was able to contest a shot. Jorge did in the first half. They made a tough shot on him, but it was outstanding defense. And, that's something that, we may look at going forward, just looking to switch everything to stay out of rotations. They had us in rotations in the first half. And, we looked at Cadeau and what he was shooting, and so we wanted to back off a little bit. And that was a mistake on my part. We made that adjustment in the second half to get up on him a little bit more, and I thought that helped us. Sorry.
How has Cam grown as a player on the different things you ask of him? Because he's not just playing the offense, he's helping on defense, he's helping at different spots. It seems like you're able to do a lot more with him.
Yeah, well, as to be a good basketball player, you should be able to do a lot of things. I think you should have a couple, maybe one thing that you do really well, but then be able to, to be on the floor, you have to be able to make multiple plays. Cam gives us a guy that he can switch. I mean, that's what they did at Florida State, so that's really what he's used to. The stuff he's had to learn is our ball screen coverage, the hard hedge, or if we're in drop or things like that. That's the part that's been difficult for him. So a game like today where we decided we're just going to switch, that kind of played to his strength. He had a big-time finish late in the second half. That's huge for us. But his ability to switch and guard perimeter guys is big.
Coach, after the last time you were here, your last home game, that was your fourth loss in a row. You won the last two. What have you learned about this team over that span?
Well, I thought one of the biggest things today was that we were able to finish. Like I said, we were able to get 50-50 balls. We got on the floor. We were able to get stops, to get rebounds. If we get one in each game of Clemson and Louisville, we maybe win, and it's very different. And so we're learning how to do that. This is the second game where I thought we were able to sustain the level of play that's necessary to beat a good team. And to be a good team, to be the team that we want to be. I thought we were a really good team. We've had 2 weeks where we did not play well. Hopefully these last two games gets us going back to being the team that we were prior to Duke.
There were several plays I felt like there were a lot of guys where you guys were just hitting the floor and beating UNC out for those loose balls. What does it say about your guys to have that fight even late in a physical game?
Well, hopefully what it means is that we're learning. We lost a couple of games because we didn't do that. We did it against Syracuse. We were able to get stops at the end, and we didn't get a lot of rebounds there, but we got a steal late. And then today we were able to get stops, 50-50 balls, make free throws down the stretch, all of those things. So hopefully what it says is that we're learning from mistakes. It's a long season. You go through different things. And when you have a team, you got to figure things out. This is not last year's team or 2 years ago. This team has to figure things out, and we're starting to figure some stuff out.
Jeff, you mentioned Zack was blocking everything. What did those moments do for defensive intensity, and how does that feed into what you guys are doing?
It's huge. It's huge, you know, especially when he's able to recover and get out and block a three. You know, it's, you know, I think RJ had a drive and I think Ish was beat and Zack comes over and he's able to get it. So they're big momentum plays. You know, we had a couple in the first half where we get a block, but we don't come up with the ball and they make it. Like in the first half, I thought they got every 50-50 ball and it normally turned into points for them. We fouled the three-point shooter. RJ Davis gets a three-pointer off. We missed the 50-50 ball. Those are the plays that we have to clean up. If we can start doing that on a more consistent basis, then our defense becomes even better.
Does that speak to the maturity of your team that like they can make those kind of plays in the first half, it not work out, but then keep making them in the second half?
I don't know if it's maturity or we're just learning. We're figuring it out. You know, we're understanding what it takes to win. You know, we don't take that for granted, and we're going to keep showing them. We're going to keep teaching them, and hopefully we keep getting better.
Thank you, Jeff.
See you guys.
North Carolina's elected to do their press conference